Hi, I'm Vantonio Fraley, founder of ImPossible Paradigm Shifters, also known as ImPossible Teen Club, and CEO of BGOPapparel.com, aka Be Great on Purpose Apparel. I'm originally from a little place called Seaside, California, raised in Frankfurt, Germany, and lived in Killeen, Texas from 7th to 12th grade. After graduating high school, I went back to California to Monterey Peninsula College, then went on to graduate from Middle Tennessee State University. After Middle Tennessee State, I went on to a developmental deal with Nike, running on the track and field circuit. I returned back to Killeen in 2010. And in 2010, that's when I became a club promoter, promoting clubs, working for Z92.3, hosting clubs, hosting parties. And it was at that moment I met a young lady, and she told me she lost her kids to a drinking problem. And it made me look at myself. And as a club promoter, how many drink specials was I promoting? And using that and using my drink specials to lure people into my club night, not realizing I was still doing damage in my community. When this came to me, as far as doing damage to the community from my club nights, my integrity, the person who I am as a person, I wanted to do something different. So that moment, I went on to helping other nonprofits, the Fancy Prancy Dancers, me and my TSI team. We done a fundraiser for them at the park. Then we went and restored their building, painted, put mirrors in, so forth. Then I moved on to wanting to have more impact. So I decided to create a course over goal setting and overcoming adversity. That summer, our teens had broke our city record for the most deaths. So I wanted to end that and be a positive pillar and a role model. Then at night, I'm selling drinks at the clubs and tearing up families, or putting families in more risk than they have to be when I could use my efforts to do something better. With that, I came up with the ImPossible Teen Club. Well, first, let's talk about a paradigm shift, since the original name is Impossible Paradigm Shifters. A paradigm shift is a change in the way you view things. So instead of impossible, that word says I'm possible. And our main goal is to teach teens, no matter what they think, no matter where they at, no matter what they're doing or what their situation is, whatever they believe about themselves and whatever they want to become, it's possible. And we take impossible and turn it into I'm possible through a series of setting goals and overcoming adversity. Now that you heard more about me, let me give you a brief history on our teen club.
He is the first person from his family to graduate not only from high school, but college too. After his days as an athlete were over, 25 News reporter Leah McNeil tells us he decided to return home and change his community for the better.
The ImPossible Paradigm Shifters Teen Center is a dream that's slowly becoming a reality. As a kid who grew up here in Killeen, Vantonio Fraley says a teen center is essential for kids to stay out of trouble and learn valuable life skills.
From 8th grade, we left the Boys and Girls Club, and the only thing that was left was to sneak into the adult clubs. And that's what we did.
And when you're a kid sneaking around, trouble is easy to find, especially when there isn't much to do. Fraley says this was true when he was a kid and even today.
I got back here, and a lot of teens were being killed, and I wanted to do something about that and see what I could offer.
An idea 8 years in the making. The ImPossible Paradigm Shifters Teen Center was what he could offer, a place for kids in Killeen to explore their interests and develop skills.
You want to rap, you want to make music, you want to design clothes, you want to own a boutique, guess what? We have plenty of local people here that could teach you.
For years, Fraley has been mentoring kids and believes it only takes a moment to leave a long-lasting impact on a child.
And it's life-changing for those teens. Little do we know.
When I'm having problems, I can call and get advice about something before I do the wrong thing. You know, someone that's there to listen when no one else is.
19-year-old Rodriguez Maxwell is someone Fraley has taken under his wing.
It's a place, you know, where we can hang out and get to know each other instead of being in the streets. You know, it's more safer.
Maxwell is even taking on the role of mentor once the center opens.
And so if I'm into fashion and doing designs and things like that, so that'd be cool, being able to help people out with doing that.
Fraley says seeing Maxwell's success and his dreams unfold in real time means everything.
It's been life-changing. It's been everything. I don't know if I'm really helping the community or the kids as much as I'm helping myself.
Fraley says he hopes to have a team solidified soon so he can have a soft opening in September. Reporting in Killeen, Leah McNeil, 25 News.
Leah, thank you. Fraley will also host a charity golf tournament to bring awareness to military veterans.
Here to teach a teen how to open up that same business or how to work within that industry. Who knows, that might be the next CEO of your company. But not only that, for our local economy, it allows us to pour into our teens, but allow us to keep our companies here generation after generation, which provide job after job after job. So, when we're ready, I would like to cut the ribbon and I would like to lead our tour.
ImPossible Youth Center opened its doors at a time when a lot of people were closing them due to COVID-19. ImPossible Youth Center in Killeen is a nonprofit organization dedicated to giving young people a place to hang out while learning.
We're trying to cover all bases to provide our kids with a well-rounded skill set to go into the workforce, but even more during the summer, a balance of fun, education, and safety.
ImPossible opened its doors to the community right in the middle of the pandemic, which has been nothing short of challenging.
There's a lot of stuff being shut down, so it's just been a real challenge from every single angle.
That hasn't stopped them from being able to hire employees to share their vision for the community.
I'm happy, I'm glad to help and see the kids go through something better than what I did, get better than me. Because if it start them young and early, shoot, man, we're gonna have a great future in America.
A message that has brought in local tradesmen and business owners offering to help mentor and teach what they do to the kids.
You know, there's a clear gap amongst the youth these days and in the world, and it's our responsibility to bridge that gap.
At the end of the day, it's all about helping the kids in the community be safe and prepared for the future.
The world is yours. We just went through a whole pandemic, a whole new change in lifestyle, and now we're looking for you all to be the future leaders.
ImPossible Youth Center is a nonprofit organization, and they still have a lot of work to do and construction before they're fully operational, and they could use the community's help with volunteers and donations. In Killeen, Adam Schindler, 25 News.
Blaze on the beat, so you know they been thumping.
Look. K-Time, stay down, look. All I ever tried to be was great on purpose, respectfully, cause I would never claim I'm perfect. Started from the bottom, talking way below the surface. How I rose from where the dirt is, getting paid for my verses. First time I seen 100K, I was nervous. Flashbacks to getting raw back in the cave when I was surfing. Had murder on my mind, but at the time it wasn't worth it. Had record deals assigned and realized what my worth is. Could've went to jail for life, but then my life would be worthless. What's a world with no spark? It's like a mic with no service. I done seen real killers give their lives to the churches, and I done seen drug dealers give their ties to the churches. These streets will take you on a long ride in them hearses, or stuck in a wheelchair relying on nurses. Once you find your purpose, gotta fine tune and nurse it, then find the true meaning of what life on this earth is. Could've chose to rob, but I chose to rap. Now they treat me like a star, man, how cold is that? I set my city on fire with the coldest raps. I'm known as the hood dentist selling golden caps. Known for a lot of things, but I ain't known to cap. Manifesting my dreams, but I ain't known to nap. City logo on my chain, that's a golden plaque. That K hang by my heart, cause that's where home is at. Look, man, I just want all the kids to know, you ain't gotta be great to start, but you do gotta at least start to be great. My homie Vantonio told me that.
And we We begin tonight with that aforementioned story. The owner of ImPossible Teen Center in Killeen is looking for a new place to go after opening the facility a little less than a year ago. 6 News anchor Jasmine Caldwell spoke to the owner today about why he had to hand over the keys to their building and why parents are hurt by the decision.
We first introduced you to Vantonio Fraley back in February, where he gave us a full tour of the ImPossible Teen Center. Back then, he was struggling to keep the lights on, but now he officially had to close the doors.
The bills, the day-to-day operations, the maintenance of the building, all of it piling up, and it's just better for us to try to find a smaller location and keep the program going.
Fraley said there's been some theft at the building on South 2nd Street in downtown Killeen, and there's not enough staff to monitor the teens. Due to the size of the building, there has to be 15 to 18 staff on duty at all times. Paris Grove's children attended the teen center. She feels it's not supported by the community.
You can have a great idea and it could be something that's needed in the community, but if you don't have people willing to pour into it and to give it some time, then it's not going to grow. And this is something that needed to grow.
Fraley says the center was not just for teens, but the mentors who work there too.
And man, I always wanted to help work with kids and stuff because that's something I didn't have. So I was very happy when Van gave me the job and I was tutoring kids here.
Now there's hope for Fraley to bounce back soon.
It's a bittersweet, heart-wrenching, when truth meets reality per se, meaning who wouldn't love to have this big building for their program, but reality is it could drown your program.
Reporting in Killeen, Jasmine Caldwell, 6 News.
Yeah, sad to see it go. Fraley says he's looking for a smaller building, something more manageable, maybe 1 to 5 rooms. He's not just looking for a place in Killeen. He said really anywhere in Bell County is just fine with him.
Hey guys, my name is Michaela Custer, and I took Vantonio's leadership class in 2013, I believe, so I was 13 years old. And we talked about leadership skills, what qualities I had, what motivated me, stuff like that. And all of that was really helpful. The main thing that I remember would be the picture that we talked about from the Summer Olympics in Mexico in 1986. And I'm sure if you guys have seen it, it's 2 black men and there's a white man on the podium with them too. But one's holding up their right hand and the other is holding up their left. And they both have a black glove on. So one got first place and the other got third place. And this really stuck with me because like you're not always gonna get first, you're not always gonna be last either. However, they were focused on the movement of black power and everything and fighting racism and everything like that. And that was the first thing they did. They didn't go congratulate their families or do anything like that. So that really stuck with me. You have to stay focused and know what you're doing and know what you're determined to accomplish. Something that I just learned recently is that Peter Norman, the white man that got second place in this event, he actually recommended for them to both have a glove on because they only had 1 pair of black gloves. So they both had a glove on, and it just really touched my heart that he was the one who, you know, motivated them and encouraged them to both have the glove on. But that picture has always stuck with me, and I didn't know about it before I went to his class, and it's just, when I see it, it inspires me just to stay focused and accomplish everything I want to do.
I want everybody to meet Hector, right? Hector has come through some adversity. He came to the teen center, and Hector's done some amazing things, from helping us pick up, helping us install shelves, also younger kids that came in needed space. Hector also tutored them, right? And for that, I want to say thank you to Hector. And Hector, the car, that's your car. Let's go! Let's go!
Mission impossible. Trying to get hard, got me running through so many obstacles. And right now I don't even care if we gon' pop smoke. For you I let.
Now that you've seen a little bit of our history, let me show you where we are today. I would like to introduce you to the ImPossible O.C.H Teen Club. Who's O.C.H? As you see, she's a very prominent figure in the United States. She was actually the first Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare in the United States. Hobby was the first woman awarded the Military Service Award. She's even the reason why women have MOSs in the military. If you do her military research, she's a very prominent figure. Here, check out this short clip over who O.C.H is.
In Iroquoian, the language of the Cherokee, Ovita means forget. But the life of O.C.H was anything but forgettable. Follow along and see how Ovita went from her humble beginnings in Killeen, Texas, to becoming appointed Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare by President Eisenhower.
In March of 1928, Miss O.C.H was named hostess of the upcoming Democratic National Convention. The 22-year-old Miss Culp was already the executive secretary of the Women's Democratic Club, and according to an observation in the Sidewalk Review section of the Chronicle, Miss O.C.H was described as sprightly and hardworking as usual. Of interesting note, 10 years earlier, in March of 1918, Culp's future husband, Governor William Hobby, signed a bill giving Texas women the right to vote in the primaries. The 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which granted all women the right to vote, wasn't ratified until 1920. In an interview many years later, Culp Hobby spoke of that proud legacy. The women of Texas had voted a year earlier than the women of any other state. She also described her mother as a great campaigner for the person, William Hobby, who brought it about. Culp and Hobby married in 1931. Hobby became the first commander of the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps during World War II. When she resigned in 1945, she had obtained the rank of colonel and was awarded the Distinguished Service Medal. In 1953, Hobby was named Secretary of President Eisenhower's newly created Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. When her husband died in 1964, Hobby was left in charge of the Houston Post and other family businesses, which included KPRC-TV, the first TV station in Houston to hire female reporters. Station manager Jack Harris said of Hobby, "She wanted equal opportunity for people." He said, "Her thinking was, if someone can do a job, then you should give them the job." That opened doors for women.
This facility right here will be our staff room and also the ImPossible store, where you'll be able to buy some of our merchandise, such as our t-shirts and the crafts that the kids make to help us sustain and to help kids gain experience. As we come around, over in this area, this is our cultural garden, our compassion garden. And what this garden is it feeds the community. We grow bell peppers, vegetables, and people in the community come get them so they can have things to eat. But on the other side, we're teaching the kids sustainability. The teens learn how to plant seeds, how to maintain and how to grow, and how to work a yard and maintain a garden. When you come around, this is the back of our craft building. It's our shop. Matter of fact, if you go to our website, ipsctx.org, you can sign your teen up or sign up to volunteer to be part of our compassion garden. And this area right here is just an open area for the kids to run. Let's go around so we can go inside. As you see, we were hoping to open by the summer to start our meal program. Food to be prepared upstairs. When you walk into this part, this will be where the teens check in, and it'll serve as a library. In this library, you'll have books over entrepreneurship, self-development, and self-discovery. So as you see right here, there's a room. Right here, there's a room. And over back here, there's a room. These rooms we call learning environments. And in these learning environments, other programs in the community, they will be able to come use these rooms to pour in our teens with their information. Now, in this area right here, this is where this is the hangout area where we have our bean bags, a video game, a couple TVs, so when the kids just want to hang out they're not in the class, or we have a group section. We're pushing to open by January 25. Head over to ipsctx.org and find out how you get support, whether that's financially, through a program, or volunteering. And continue to be great on purpose. Peace.
Shoemaker, maker, shoemaker, maker, what? Shoemaker, maker,